Hey everybody, so I had a good workout today and I decided to make some changes. Actually, I'm not going to use that rack anymore because I got to lift it up this high when I'm doing a heavy bench press, and then those hooks are they're different from what I'm used to. The ones at my other gym, they're like this, so I got to lift it off like that much, and they're just basically stubs, right? Like my one at my house, right? It's like that. I almost should just use my house for my heavy bench press. But I do like going to the gym, and I like using a real bench press set like I did today. Now I'm going to start doing my bench press without a belt again. I used to do it like that all the time, and it really doesn't make too much of a difference for me, actually. To be honest, I just like the tightness of the belt. I'm going to use my belt for when I'm doing my overhead presses for sure, and sometimes squats like that, Like the other time I didn't do, I did like raw squats basically, and they felt pretty good to do it like that. So I'm gonna do it like that. Now, today I went up to, and I got no safeties on this bench press, right? It's just like basically a lower hook. And so last time I did 185, right? Today I did the 390. And I'm going to start doing that. Like, I'm going to move up 5 pounds every time I do my bench press now. Like, for instance, next time I'm going to go 395. Right? And then I'm going to go 400 and up. And I'm just going to try to add 5 pounds every time on this bench press without a spotter. And it's a real bench press set. I do notice a little bit of difference sometimes when the padding is, and the padding's actually thin. Like, it's only like 10-inch padding, right? If that. Like, well, actually, it's 10-inch probably. Right? And I know it's easier, like, using, like, a 12-inch padding. Like a bench, basically. So, just because you get a little bit more support, right? From the back of your shoulders. And I'm getting used to this bench. It feels pretty good. So my goal is to get to, I just don't want to fail like a 405 plus, or I don't want to fail any benches on there. So I'm getting used to, when I do have a fail, I'm going to put it to the hooks, right? And I don't really like hitting it on the hooks too much, but it is what it is, right? When I do it like that, I get used to it. I get the eccentric when I go down, right? It kind of feels good. But when you go too heavy, I just don't like it, right? I don't want to fail, I don't want to really fail them too much, unless I'm doing a high rep. Now, it feels pretty good when I'm doing that, right? With no safeties. I know it's not the smartest thing to do. Like, I wouldn't recommend you guys doing it without safeties, okay? Honestly, or without a spotter. Right? I got confidence in myself to do the bench press without safeties or a spotter. I've never rolled it off my hands. My hands have never let go, so I'm not worried about that at all. And if that did happen, that would be probably a horrible thing. I've seen it, on videos, and I don't laugh at that kind of stuff, right? I don't laugh when anybody gets hurt, right? I never do. I read the comments when people get hurt, and it's like, oh my gosh, man. They laugh. It's like, why would you guys laugh? It's all like the people that have never even been under that kind of weight that are gonna laugh, okay? And the people that will never be under that kind of weight. Right? And I'm talking 315 plus. Like, most of you are never even going to bench that, are you? So that's the true fact of it, right there. And I don't know if anybody can actually bench that much weight, 315, right? I've heard it's a massive bench press, right? For what it is, And I'd agree with that too, right? I believe it is, right? Because even when I was learning how to do it, it was very difficult to get to, actually. Again, especially when I didn't work out for like a while, I was trying to get it back, right? Just to move up 5 pounds was hard, right? So, I wish all you guys the luck to do it. What I'm talking about? Just make sure, I don't count a spotter, right? I don't count anyone on roids, that kind of thing, or any kind of PEDs, okay? I don't count it. Sorry. I never will, and I don't have to. I've always done my lifts without PEDs. And yeah, I don't have the heaviest lifts around, but for my age group, who has my lifts, man? Honestly, for my age, with being natural, who has my lifts? I don't really think anybody does, right? and say they're natural. A lot of people take that Anadrol, right? All that kind of stuff, you know. It's just like stuff that I would never even consider taking just to lift weights. Me, I like to get my confidence up with my strength, right? Like I said, I'm going to start doing 400 pounds. 395 is my next one, you know, with no spotter on that bench press set, right? I'm going to actually stick to my doubles, you know, because I tried a heavier bench today, like heavier than 405, and I failed it. Like, it's because it's doing this off that rack, man. It's very difficult to do. I swear, it's just like, it just doesn't feel normal, right? And I was using a different bench as well, so it just doesn't go with it. So I'm not going to use it anymore, right? I'm just going to do it on the regular bench press set. And it's going to feel pretty good. I'm always trying to move up, you know? Always. You know, we either move up or we move down, right? I don't want to stay doing the same thing over and over and over again like I see a lot of people doing, right? I'm going to improve my form over time, but I don't really care if I lift my butt. I don't care. Like, what? You know? If it's so easy when you lift your butt, then show me, right? Let's see somebody do it. They're not going to do it. You're not going to do it, okay? Plain and simple. Right? Just like the strict curl. You're not even going to try it against the wall because you're too humbled. Because you know it's a very difficult exercise to do. You're not going to do it. Right? You're afraid to tear your biceps, basically. And I hope nobody does it. Like, honestly, I hope you don't tear your biceps, right? You know, that's just the last thing I want to see someone do or hear about, right? Because I don't laugh at anything like that, like I said. But I know you're afraid to do it, and you always got something to say. It's all you people that have never even done anything, right? It's all you people that have never lifted any kind of heavy weight in your life on video. You know, you can tell me all you want to that you've done it, and oh, I can do it, but you've never done it on video. It's like you're afraid to do it. You're afraid to fail. You know, that's your problems, right? You're afraid to fail. You know? Because you like to live in that lie of telling people that you can do it. But you can't do it. You never have and you never will. It's like I see all these big guys at the gym and stuff, right? And it's like they can't even bench press 315. Like, you never see them do it. They're like half repping 225 and staying at 225 forever. And it's like, wow. I go in there and it's like I'm repping like sets of 315 plus, like doing sets of it. And it's like, they're just like, oh, I know it, right? And then I go do my heavy overhead press after, you know? And I know it just must make people feel weird, you know, because they can't do it. They can't fathom even themselves doing it. You know, especially being natural. Like, they can't do it. They're on PEDs and they can't even do it. You know? That's too bad, I think, you know, when people do that, you know? Like, if you're on PEDs and you're not even benching 405, I think that's pretty sad, actually, man, to be honest with you. You know? Like, what's the point? You know, I see people doing heavy push presses, that kind of thing, and it's because you got really strong, like, your legs are really good, that's why, you know? Right? You concentrate on your legs because you don't really have that upper body, right? You know what I mean? No 405 bench press. Right? A mediocre bench press on TRT or on PEDs, all that kind of stuff. Like, where's your benches, man? I don't understand. What is your problems? Are you going to up the dose, bro? Is that what you're going to do again? You know? You guys are looking for injuries, all you guys that do stuff on PEDs, man, because you're not going to be around, right? Eventually. You know? Because you don't have it in you, man. You're not naturally strong, right? It's too bad, you know? Too bad you just don't got it. Because you didn't work hard enough for it. You didn't try hard enough for it, okay? Because you needed a quick fix. It's like you had to put on that ring, right? And then you have your strength. You gotta take that jab. You gotta inject stuff. I don't know. Me, I just try to have the confidence in myself to do it. You know, I'll go up and down with stuff, no big deal. But I'm always trying to improve myself naturally, right? Which that's what you people, most of you, have failed to do. You failed naturally, so you had to take a drug. And what's with that fucking short hair, people?